Hi everyone, this is Rachel. Welcome back to my channel. Um, I hit 100 subscribers. I'm over 100 now, but I'm so excited. Um, and that's a lot to do with Liz and Les, the sweet woman she is, shared my last video and encouraged several of you to come check me out. So a huge thank you to Liz and Les. Um, So I will be doing a giveaway of some sort. I just don't know what yet because I didn't anticipate hitting 100 so quickly. Um, so stay tuned for that. And I guess an introduction. I'm Rachel. I am a wife and mother of three beautiful children who they're my world. But I'm on a financial journey with my husband to pay off our 6-figure debt and get ourselves in a position that we can better support our children and everything through their growing up and getting settled in their own adult lives. So today I'm going to be looking at our sinking funds and where they are currently sitting. I did my debt confession last video, so now we're going to look at what we have saved. So without further ado, let's just get started. So the first thing we have is our emergency fund, and we currently have $1,336 in that fund. And I add a minimum of $20 every pay period to the emergency fund. I was doing 60, and over the summer I've kind of switched some things around, and I'm not doing as much in the emergency fund because I'm putting aside money for the back to school, because I'm going to have a lot of expenses there with 3 youngins. So with that said, back to school is currently at $549. And that one, I kind of switched the two because I was putting $20 in back to school and 60 in emergency fund, and I kind of just swapped those two for now. But once school starts, then I'll switch it back to where emergency fund gets 60 a pay period, back to school gets 20. And really, back to school, it's more than just back to school. It's really any expense dealing with them going to school. A field trip, their supplies, some clothes, any special occasions, things like that happen. And then Christmas is the next big thing that we save for, and that is currently at $900. And I save $50 a pay period to this account. Christmas is a big deal in our family. It's all about the children, and there is 19 grandchildren that my parents have, 3 of which are mine, so that's 16 nieces and nephews. And then I have a great nephew, I think it is. My niece had a son, so I think it's great nephew. But anyway, so Christmas is all about the kids, and we tend to go overboard, so I'm just trying to save as much as I can to lessen that dent. This year, though, we're trying to keep it at a minimum, but we will have to see how it goes. So next is other holidays, like Easter for goodies that, that we want to get. Halloween, the costumes, the candy to hand out. I'm trying to think what other holidays we save for. Basically, any holiday other than Christmas, and anything we might need to buy for that. So it's currently sitting at $5. I really haven't been focusing on that one as much lately. And then I have a fund called Just the Two of Us for me and my husband. This is kind of like date night, anniversary. I'm trying to think what else. Basically anything for us. And then we have our fur babies, and that is currently at $110. We just spent quite a bit. One of our dogs had puppies. I was going to get her fixed, and then found out it was too late. And so she had puppies. She had 4. And so we went through and had their shots and everything. Excuse me. So that fund is depleted some. But I need to get it back up because one of the dogs is due December, I think, for her shots. And then that should mostly cover it. But the one that's due in December, she's our Chihuahua. And we got her in 2011 when she was about 8 weeks old. So she is what, 12? Yeah, she's about to be 12 years old. Because we got her in September, so she was born in like August. And she's been having some problems walking and like standing up. We think it's kind of her hip joints and everything are giving her trouble, maybe some arthritis or something. So we do need to take her in to get that checked out and make sure there's not anything going on that's worse than just arthritis. Okay, so next is my daughter Lizzie. She is a senior this year, so she's going to have a lot of expenses. So I did break this category out rather than having it lumped in with the kids and the back to school, because it is going to be such a larger amount. And I kind of wanted to see how much we were going to spend with her because she's the first one, so I know what to expect with the other 2. And this was in June at $220, but right at the end of June I paid the deposit for her senior pictures, so that was $100. So now we're at $120 there. And I usually try to do 10 to 20 a pay period for that fund. And then next we have just the kids fund. This is for any sort of non-school related expense. If they want to play a sport that's not a school sponsored event sport, or if we want to put them in some sort of class or anything like that. Or I'm trying to think, there's other things that we use this for besides sports. I guess any other clothes or whatever that aren't bought right at back to school. Any updates needed because they grow out of stuff. Even though, my son, he's finally started to hit his growth spurt. So I am having to replace clothes fairly quickly for him because he's just outgrowing them. And then my 10-year-old as well. My 17-year-old, my senior, she's pretty much grown as much as she's going to grow, I think. So, because she's been the same size for a couple years now. So, I only have to replace stuff because it's worn or it's not in style anymore. But she's not very, what's the word? She's not, I don't want to say she's not stylish, but because she is, but she likes what she likes. She doesn't care what is popular or in style. You know, if she likes it, she wears it. So then next we have family fun. This is for any family outings that we might want to go to, like the fair in the fall, or vacations, anything like that that we want to do as a family. And that's currently sitting at $60. And then we have Ouchies. This is our medical fund. This is more for unexpected expenses that we haven't cash flowed. Like, you know, we have regular doctor's appointments that we know are coming up, and I cash flow those. Oh, excuse me. But this is more for, like, my daughter's surgery. The copay for that surgery came out of here previously. And I'm slowly starting to build that back up now that she's only going to physical therapy once a week now. So I can cash flow that a lot easier. But this is more for those unexpected expenses, you know, the trip to the urgent care, emergency room, or something like that. And then we have Vroom Vroom, which is anything car related. It's currently sitting at $300. So it's for any repairs, oil changes, supposed to be for tires, but if you watched my tech confession, you saw that we had to put tires on a credit card, on the Firestone card, but it is 0% interest. So hopefully, oh, sorry, my dog's going crazy. They hear something outside, I think. But then we didn't have enough money in here, and I was going to take it and put it on the credit card, but I remembered that if I do that, the car tags are due in October. So if I take all that $300 out, then I'm going to have to turn around and save up for the car tags. So I figured I would just leave that money there for the tags and registration and everything. Okay, so next we have Home Sweet Home, and this is for home related things, any repairs, any sort of new decor, I mean, anything to do with the house, really, you know, filters for the air conditioner, all that kind of stuff. So I've got a pretty good chunk in there, so I think I'm going to slow down putting so much in right now. I do want to get it up to 1,000 at least, in case we did have any sort of insurance claim, so that I could pay the copay without worry and not use my actual emergency fund. Even though I guess that's what it's there for. But and then we have family birthdays, and this is just the immediate family. me, my husband, and my 3 kids. Because we kind of go all out for birthdays as well, just like Christmas. And so I'm trying to think. So like every year we've started in the last few years, you turn, like my daughter, she turned 17 the end of last year, so she got 17 presents, and we did like a little punch box or punch board where you punched in and pulled a number and it corresponded with a gift. And you know, some of the gifts were a pair of socks and a character thing. I got her a coffee spoon that was like $5 or something like that. And then there was things that were a little bit more expensive as well. But it is currently sitting at $61, and I do need to beef that up some in the next month, because my son has his sweet 16 in September. So he turns 16 in September, so he will have his 16 presents. And then we cap it at 20. Like me and my husband, we only get 20 gifts. And they're various expenses, you know, something very inexpensive, and then maybe something a little bit more expensive. And then we have the gift fund, which is for nieces, nephews' birthdays, any of the kids' friends, if they have a birthday party that they're invited to. And I do generally try to cash flow them, but I do want to have a little bit of a build up for any, you know, the birthdays that you get a week ahead of time and you didn't put into the budget or something, you know, that I could pull out of there and cover the gift for that. Okay, so next is subscriptions. We currently have Amazon and Ring, and then I have a calendar budget website that I use, and it's got a corresponding app, and it's all laid out in a calendar, so I can see my balance at any given time. I can even I could say, well, if I buy this for $250 right now, what is my budget going to look like in 3 months? How is it going to affect me in the future? So that, I want to say it's like $40 or $50 a year, which, you know, I could cut it out, but the app is so convenient, and as long as I've kept it updated with my expenses, the money that I've spent, I can see how much money I'm going to have in the future, and I can see, okay, like right now, if I spend every penny that is currently in my budget, then at the beginning of August, we will be short a few dollars. And that's one of those things of, my husband gets overtime, so his paycheck, I only budget what I know he's going to get, or what, you know, the minimum amount that he has been getting. So he might get a little bit more that will cover those few dollars. You know, I'm just going to play it by ear until it gets closer to that pay period. And then we'll figure out, do I need to move money from another account to cover some, or what? And then we also have we have another subscription, but I don't remember what it is. at least a yearly subscription. Everything else is month to month. Oh yeah, so I started using this an app called Artful Agenda, I think is what it's called, and it's a calendar app. But I can color code everything, and it's more decorative aspect than like a Google Calendar or whatever. And it's got a lot more colors to choose from in order to color code things. So this is the first year I've been using it. I went ahead, I used the free trial, I liked it, so I paid, I think it was $35 for the year. So I'm trying it for the year, see how I like it, and if I don't use it consistently like I would like to, then I'll cancel it for next year and won't need that money. But anyway, that one is at $10 right now. And then we have hunting, which I need to beef up here soon too. It is currently sitting at 30. This is for corn for the deer and any processing cost, anything like that. My husband and my oldest daughter and son are hunters, and so it's something they enjoy. It puts meat in the freezer, things like that. So I just go ahead and budget a little bit each when I can, really. And then we have miscellaneous. This is for any other unexpected thing that doesn't fit within any of these other categories that that might come up. So that is at $20. And then we have some challenges. I'm currently doing a 26-week challenge. And that's, or 26 envelope challenge, week challenge, I don't know. But you're supposed to do one number a pay period. I didn't start it until about a month ago, so I'm behind if I wanted to finish it by the end of this year. But it's currently sitting at 45. And then we have the 52-week challenge, which again is like each week you save the corresponding number. So week 1 you save $1, week 2 you save $2, week 3 you save $3, etc. So that one is currently sitting at 45 as well. And then I have a 24 envelope challenge that I'm trying to do, that I guess it's supposed to be like 2 times a month you save an envelope, but I'm just doing it because I'm not a cash budgeter. I used to do cash envelopes, but it was too hard to coordinate with my husband who needed the cash, how much cash they needed, and then he would have the gas money and I would need to go get gas. So I'd have to meet him to get the gas money, or I would want him to get something on his way home from work at the grocery store so I didn't have to go out, but I would have the grocery money. So it was a nightmare. And then Ally Bank came out with the spending envelopes in the checking accounts. So now we have an envelope within our checking account for groceries, for gas, for medical cost, for things like that. We have, I think you can have up to like 30 or 40 different categories in your checking account. And you can like set it up to where if I go to Kroger, it's going to automatically take that expense out of the grocery envelope. And then if you go to a if you go to a gas station, you can say what gas station it is, and it'll automatically take it out of the gas envelope. But then I think that's it. Yes, that's it. So our grand total of cash, or not cash, but savings, is $4,442, which I think is pretty good. It's probably the most we've ever had in savings before. But, you know, we still have a long way to go. It does make me feel better that we have that much. I didn't, until I sat down to do this, I didn't realize how much we had. Not lately, at least. And so I'm so sorry about the dogs whining. The kids just came in from the backyard, and now the dogs are whining. But anyway, like I was saying, I'm glad I know I have this much money sitting there in the event that something happens. One of my biggest problems is, you know, something will happen and I can't cash flow it. So I need to take it from these funds. But all I can think is, but what if something worse happens? And then I'm trying to figure out how to not use this money that I've purposely set aside for things, because what if something worse happens, you know? What if I needed the $1,000 deductible fee for something out of my emergency fund, but I used some of the money because another emergency happened, but it wasn't as an important of an emergency or something. I don't know. It's just the way my brain works. I overthink things. But I think if I can just get over the fact that, you know, this money is there to be spent for the reasons I have saved them. And so if I can just get past that, I think things will be a lot better. Yeah. So as I said, as I said at the beginning, thank you for joining me on this journey. I'm really excited to get to know all of you, and again, thank you to Liz and Les for sending some of you here and encouraging you to check me out. And so with that, I will see you next time. I do believe the next video, it's either a June closeout or the first check of July. I don't remember which. I set up a schedule, so hopefully I can keep on schedule. But with that being said, if you like this video, hit the like button. If you want to see more of my videos, consider hitting the subscribe button. And have a great day. Bye.